Alright guys, so um let me show you guys how I caught this crazy move right on this week. So when I analyzed these trades, I think I analyzed these trades should be on the let me see. I think I analyzed these trades should be Sunday night, the trades I shared to my community, right? Let's see. Let's see the day I shared this trade should be so as you can see on Sunday night, right? I These were the trades I called. XAU USD, I was not fully sure, you understand? So what I told them was, if the market will react from here, then we'll be selling. But if it breaks above, then maybe we'll buy to the next key level before it will start selling back. So of which market disrespected my analysis, because market did not get to this my supply zone. Market sold off right from here, from the opening of the market, right? On Sunday night, market sold from here massively and forgot about he didn't even send my supply zone. All right. So and then um this one was GBP USD, right? I was expecting a buy on GBP USD and also USD JPY and Euro USD as well. So and what happened was, inside these four trades I called, it was only two that played out well, following and expecting my analysis. It was Euro USD, crazy profit, and USD JPY as well, which is a trade I am currently on. You could imagine I analyzed this trade right on Sunday, right? But I had to be patient till today, being Thursday. So trading SMC is all about patience. So let me show you guys. This one is a small, I took this small sell on XAU USD during this news core PPI. So this is the profit on XAU USD. I didn't actually take much, right? So you can see just $27.49, and then $47, you see 39 and all that. So but that is not what I want to show you guys, right? Let me show you guys. The USD JPY trade is still currently running massive profit as I anticipated, right? Now let me show you guys how I caught this move. Okay, this move, let's see. As you can see, if you go from the 4-hour time frame, directional bias is showing bullish, right? The market is bullish, as you can see. And I think when I analyze this trade, market has not played out all here, right? I think the market was just around this zone, this level. Market was when I analyze this trade. So as you can see, the market is what is bullish, right? Creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This already is indicating what, that the market is what, bullish. So as an SMC trader or SMC trader, what are you expecting here? You're expecting market to come, tap this demand zone, and what, continue buying. So as somebody who trade SMC, this is simply just the only thing I'm expecting from this market, right? So I mapped out my break of structure. This was a break of structure, impulsive move, another break of structure again, right? Another break of structure here. So now I marked, initially this was my what, my demand zone. It was the whole of this candle, right? So but why you see it smaller is I have to redefine them when I went down to the lower time frame, right? I had to what, redefine it. So now one thing with SMC is you have to be very very patient when trading SMC, any strategy at all, because one thing you know is if you are not patient, right? See, when I analyze this trade, market was just here. This has not played out, right? Now I was seeing liquidity above, right? Liquidity above this place, and then liquidity below. Now, as somebody who is impatient, you will now say, the market is leaving me, the market is leaving me. Then you will now start looking for noise, entries inside, in between. Like you can now come, some traders will now come, they will now mark here as what, internal change of character, right? Internal change of character. Then let me delete the whole of this right here so you guys can see it clearly, right? Internal change of character, and then the origin that caused the change of character, they will mark it out. Those are the impatient traders, the ones that has what they call FOMO, fear of missing out, of which if you look at this clearly you see yes, this change of character is what valid, because there's a break and close. If you go lower to the 15 minutes, you will see that this change of character is very much valid, because there's a massive what, there's a break and close, there's a break and close above. So you mark here as a change of character. Here is the origin that caused the change of character, right? You will now place a buy here, put your stop loss just below your other block right here, right? Which is not bad at all. Now you'll be targeting this high, a 1:7, which is not a bad trade. Or if you don't want to be greedy, just above this key level here, which is 1:5. And then you see market moved almost to take profit, and then boom, stop out. Why? Because there is what, a demand zone right here, and there's also liquidity resting below, right? And also there's an imbalance here, or a fair value gap, which market must come and fill before going to the upside. So I had to be very patient. This, I had, imagine, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today Thursday, almost 4 days before market now came to my zone. And then what, I went down to the 15-minute time frame. So when you go to the 15-minute time frame, you see what, a valid what, this was how I cut this move. Let me delete this so you guys can see it clearly, right? So when the market came, right, created what, a new lower low, lower high. This is not a lower low, this is more like a double bottom, and then lower high, and then a lower low finally. So this right here was the last what, break of structure to the downside, this one. So this is the new lower high. So in order for you to trade this as an SMC trader, here you mark it as what, your change of character. So I now waited for market to come and break this high, this lower high, right? And then pull back. Then I bought from here immediately. So that is where you guys are seeing this buy that I'm currently on USD JPY, right? Stop loss just below here, right? And then I'm targeting this high here. 1:8, which is not a bad trade, and you can see it's going massively, right? So this is that on USD JPY, and then Euro USD, crazy profit, right? Crazy profit. I took a loss here because of the news that occurred by 1:30 this afternoon. I took this loss. I wanted to join this trend, continue going. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame, the moves are similar with that of USD JPY. Looking at this, right? When I analyze this trade, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is it. So as you can see, right, the market is what? The market is bullish from the what? 4-hour time frame. This right here is a break of structure, right? And then this here is a change of character to the downside, right? So here being a change of character to the downside, market was supposed to respect and keep selling, but market came back and broke this lower high here, creating what? Another change of character. This was how I got this buy, creating another change of character. This one was no longer valid because market broke it. This right here was supposed to be a supply zone, right? Of which market came, sold, and then went back and broke it. For me, for those who trade breaker block, this is where those who trade breaker block will be entering their buy from, right? But I don't trade breaker block, I trade SMC, supply and demand. So now, as I saw this change of character, and I marked out what? A new what? Break of structure here. This is a break of structure, right? So here I'm marking here because this is where I'm expecting market to likely sell from. Okay, so now this right here is what? A break of structure. Then where is that origin? Let me delete all this so my chart don't look messy and all that. So looking at this, yeah, you can see you have a valid break of structure, right? So I marked out the whole of this candle. This right here is the imbalance or the fair value gap market created, right? So now when I analyze this trade, I think market was around here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's around here, so it doesn't play out all this. So I was expecting market to come, fill in this imbalance, clear this liquidity, right, before selling. So now market did exactly the same thing, right? Came, cleared here was the liquidity because this low was not broken then, right? This right here was where I marked my liquidity, and then you can see what market did. Once market came and tapped, right, filling this imbalance, I went down to the lower time frame, which is 15-minute time frame. Okay, so from the 15-minute time frame, you can adjust your order block if you wish to, but I didn't do that, right? So what I did here was, once the imbalance was filled, right, I had to wait patiently. I'm going to post how I monitor this trade from beginning to the end, so you guys will see, right? So I told my people in my community, I said, this right here is a new what? Lower high, right? Market has to come, as it broke, this is the last break of structure, right? Market has to come and clear this swing high, giving what? A change of character before buying to the upside. So when you trade like this, you avoid many losses. Okay, so, and as you can see, market did the same thing, right? Market did what? Came and clear this high, right, forming what? A change of character right here to the upside. So what I did next was I marked out the origin, right? This was the origin. I marked it out right here, and then I placed my buy. This was how I cut this. I placed my buy right above here, catching what? A 1:4. This is almost 1:4 risk to reward, right? This was how I cut this. So when I did this, I said, okay, now this market is bullish, yeah. So I expecting what? This is a break of structure, as you can see right here. This is a break of structure. This here, before I marked it as my buy side liquidity, right? Which market has come and what? Failed it, right? So creating a break of structure. So what I did next was I said, okay, I marked this origin that caused this break of structure again, right? And then here as my liquidity, I placed my buy, and then expecting market to come and fill it in to the upside, which market was doing, JJ going, and then the news just came and took me out. So basically this week I just took um 2 trades, right? And the 2 trades, massive profit. 2 trades, massive profit. So less trade, more profit. That is just how it is.